Welcome to Keeping It Real Estate with the Twins Group, your source of real and simple tips in navigating the real estate industry.
Good afternoon. I'm Kelly Howard, and this is Keeping It Real Estate with the Twins Group. And I'm Kristy with Supreme Lending, and today we are very excited to have our guest with us, Traci Olivaries. She is with Totally Organized, and Kelly and I really thought that with a lot of us being in quarantine, I know it's for some of us it's getting to be about 4 weeks. We thought this would be a great time. Spring is usually a good time for spring cleaning and getting your home organized, getting your life organized, and for some people getting ready to sell, getting your house ready to put on the market, and then also getting ready to move into a new home. So we really wanted to bring our guest on to visit with us a little bit about that. I can tell you personally, when I was moving out of our old house, Traci came over. She was able to really go through our house, and it's amazing how much you accumulate over the years. And you think you really need those items, but you really don't. So what she did is she really helped us go through our home. It was very intimate, but it was not invasive. So we didn't feel threatened like we had to give things away. We got them all organized. We got them together. We had our piles of giveaways. But then when we moved into our new home, she was able to help us stay organized so that we could bring everything over to the new house and really organize it in a way that really makes sense for us in the way we live. And I can tell you, I never thought I would love having a personal organizer as much as I love Traci.
And what a great opportunity during this quarantine. What a great opportunity to clean out closets, to clean out your shelves. And what I love about Traci too is she's very honest. So she will give us tips on really, if you're trying to decide what do I keep, what do I throw away, and she's great about giving tips on how you make that decision on how long do you keep something and how long do you store it before you just say, you know what, we've got to cut our ties with it. So Traci, jump on in and tell us how we can get organized.
Hey guys, so yeah, we've all been spending a lot more time in our home than I think we ever thought we would. And probably some people are realizing, I thought I was organized, but I'm really not as organized as I thought. And, with our kids being home, there's a lot more people in the house. Some people have had their kids from out of state maybe come home, and, their college kids are home. So it's really important right now to really just kind of keep the incoming at a minimum. Stop the shopping right now, stop things from coming in, and really finding a home for the things that you do have. Really organizing is about finding a home for the things that you own, so that it's not all out in the open. And then if everyone knows where that home is, then they know how to put it away, and they also know how to find it. So you're not always being asked, Mom, where's this? Or, hey, Kristy, where is that? And so you're not the one that's always telling somebody where to put something away or where to find it. Getting rid of clutter eliminates about 40% of housework. Did you guys know that?
That is great to know.
Yes. So if you can just get rid of
that,
clutter, housework in general. Yeah, I mean, it really it lightens the housework load by about 40%. I mean, even cleaning companies will even say, well, we won't be able to, we'll clean over here, but we can't clean over there because then we're going to have to move everything, and they just don't do that. And so, we can all do ourselves a favor by just getting rid of a lot of surface clutter. And right now, when everyone's at home, I always tell people, when they're calling me for the first time, I ask them, what are your top 3 areas that bug you the most? And so, for those that are at home, just kind of visualizing, if I could just snap my fingers right now, what top 3 or top item would I want to have fixed right now? And that's the area that you should probably start first, and just start tackling it. And what you do is just go ahead, Kelly.
Oh, I was just going to say, so you brought up a good point earlier that many
of our families have college kids coming home, and explain to us what recommendations do you have? Because I know personally I have a friend of mine who has twins, and her twins came home, and they've got two dorm rooms full of items. What recommendations? How can they store those items? Should they put them in the garage? Should they put them in a room? Should they put them in storage tubs? What recommendations would you have for these families that are trying to figure out what to do with their college kids that have come home temporarily and need a place to put these things? Obviously, these are things we don't want to throw away.
Right. And that is a big challenge, because they probably had to move out of their apartment or their dorm or wherever they were. And if it's non-furniture items, then you could go to Lowe's or Home Depot and buy one of those really large bins that has maybe wheels on one side, and just maybe two or three of those. Yeah. And just kind of pack these are all my winter clothes that I'll be taking back to the dorm, and another bin for kitchen items and school related items, and a third or something. But just, and then that can be stored in a garage. But if we're talking about a whole apartment or a household, then we might need to consider short-term storage. And storage units for something that size could be $100 or less, if you get the right one. And so that might be a good solution, just to add a little peace and calm while everybody's in the house. I mean, I have one friend who has, besides her and her husband, she has 4 other adults living in her home right now. And so they have a lot of stuff right now. And so short-term storage for them would be recommended, because you've got to get some cars in the garage with that many people.
Right.
If your college student is home, the garage might be taken up with an extra car, so it's just, not that expensive to get a storage unit.
Right.
Or an attic if they have to walk out attic.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tracy.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask you, how do you feel that by organizing your surroundings, organizing your office, organizing your home, organizing your space, how does that one, and I know you work with a lot of people, you have a lot of clients that you work with. How have you seen that helping them get organized in their home and in their lives really affects in a positive way their well-being and their personal life?
Well, I feel like getting organized is step one in having a productive life. There's so many things that we want to do in life. And sometimes when we have a disorganized home, that can hold us back. That can keep us stuck. I once had a client that, was disorganized. And after I got her whole house organized, she said, I feel like I can start running again, because she used to feel guilty for going out in the morning and run, because she should be home organizing this mess. And so she had some guilt there with moving on to a different project, because she really needs to take care of that. I mean, we're made to be, a people of order. I mean, we crave it. We love it. I mean, who chooses to live in a mess? Who says they would rather have that over being organized? Nobody really.
Right.
So it really is the first step in getting ready to do other things. And I believe that our home is our sanctuary. And if we can't come home and be peaceful there, then where can we be peaceful? That's supposed to be a place. It's not supposed to be a place of stress. And for a lot of people, it is. Coming home after work, I've had clients that said, I've stayed at work long hours because I don't want to come home. Because I've got to be faced with this stress of the disorganization.
So Tracy, tell us, for our realtors, right now is a great time. As you well know, springtime is typically, we see sellers getting their houses ready to put on the market. Unfortunately, we have had several sellers take their house off the market during this COVID crisis. But in moving forward and getting ready to put their house either back on the market or getting ready to put their house on the market, can you give our realtors some tips and sellers on what they can do to get their house ready? So when this is all lifted and we're ready to get
people back out in the houses looking what they can do to have the house organized, maybe declutter it, what that looks like for some of our sellers.
Well, we've been involved in projects where we've helped a client along with this process. And the biggest tip, obviously, is the sooner the better. The sooner they, as soon as you're going to be moving or or in the moving process, just keeping steady on going through your things. But we've also been in situations where we haven't been able to have a couple months ahead of time to work with our clients to go through the whole house. So then I would say you start with the surface first. You've got to get the surface clutter taken care of first. You have to do that before even the pictures can be taken. So when we work with somebody, we're in a time crunch. We always go for the surface. So that's something that they can be looking at is, well, what is on my surface that I need to use on a daily basis? Because a lot of people are visual, and if they don't see their bills sitting there, then they're not going to pay their bills. Or if they don't see those papers that they've got to take action on, then they're not going to take action on it. So they get afraid if they put it away that they're going to forget about it. So I always say, pack up at least one cabinet in your kitchen and make that your paper area so that you can just, stack your papers on a shelf, like your husband's, yours, your kids, and then you don't have to worry about it. If you're looking for your papers, they're all right there, but yet they're stowed away for when you have showings. We've been in situations where we've only had time to help them pack up some stuff because we can't organize it. We don't have time. So we just start, packing picture frames, depersonalizing, taking items off of bulletin boards, demagnetizing refrigerators and taking that, just getting rid of the visual eye clutter, and then helping our clients make the drop zones for their daily use items so that they can just stow it away. We implement clutter baskets where, okay, this is clutter. So if anyone's like, where was that so-and-so when they come home? It's like, well, it's probably in the clutter basket because that's where I put everything. So nothing's lost.
They know where it's at. They know where it's at. Right.
It's not shoved in this drawer or that drawer. It's always going to be in the clutter basket. So look there first. And then really packing up non-essentials will really help. Like with people that have children, I always recommend pack up 50% of the toys and books because that's less that you have to try to pick up. And really, children don't play with everything all at once, and they'll be happy when they unpack it on the other end someday. So 50%, that's less you have to do, and maybe 50% of your own stuff, So you can, and then I while they're at home, really have. I'd have the realtors really have them take a look at their own storage spaces with a outside eye. Like, okay, if I was walking into this master closet, would I really want to buy this home? I've got tons of stuff on the floor. I need to pick that up, So clear floors and maybe pack the winter clothes because buyers want to see white space. Right. They want to see they want to be able to see that they can put their things there. Right. And so if everything's full and jam-packed, then they're going to be like, oh, I don't have enough space for my stuff, so I'm not going to want to buy this house. So.
Right. That makes sense.
So we like to say, try to stage your storage spaces as much as possible. They can get over the decorating because they know that they can redo that, but storage is a really big deal when it comes to buying a house.
I like that, stage your storage space. I like that.
But people sometimes might get scared too if they go in and it's all cluttered and they may not feel like there's as much space.
Right. Well, that's a good point.
And one thing is that if you're not keeping up with your storage spaces, if they look really bad and dirty and awful, a buyer could think, well, how have they taken care of the rest of the house if this is the way this looks? Right. And so it doesn't give a lot of confidence either. So it's important to have, those inner storage spaces as just as good as the exterior living spaces.
Absolutely.
Well, Traci, in wrapping up, let me ask you on the same topic. Do you find that you have the realtors reach out to you to help with their listings, or do you often have a seller reach out to you? And we are going to make sure that you do have Traci's contact information. So, Traci, I would like you to share your contact information, how our friends can get in touch with you. But do you find that you often have a realtor reach out to you for help, or the seller, or both?
It's about 50-50. The realtors that I have a relationship with, they will, you know, a lot of them kind of help their clients anyways with a little bit of that. But the really hard cases, they, you know, they let me know, hey, this is more than I can handle. I can, you know, they're going to need more help than what I'm willing to give of my free time, you know, my time. And so we go in there and we really work with the client on some of the things like that. And then, you know, we have a lot of people that just call us, you know, they know that they've got to get their house in order to sell a house. And they just say, hey, you know, I need to move. I need to sell this house. I know that I'm a working professional. I don't have time, or I'm a mom with 3 young kids. They'll never let me get anything done. And that's where we come in and we, you know, work alongside them to get this done quickly. And in less time that they probably would be able to do it themselves. And so it's about 50-50. So, but we do encourage, you know, I think there's a certain amount of time and energy that a realtor will put into a person's house to get it staged for pictures. But when it goes above and beyond that level that they have in their mind, then they usually give us a call and say, it's just too much. They need help.
They need some help. So, well, tell us, Traci, if you will, share your contact information, because we want our realtors and the sellers or any of our friends out there to be able to reach you if they need some help getting their house ready to put on the market, if they need some tips on organizing. So can you share with us your information and how they can reach you?
Sure. It's Traci Olivaries, and you can text or call 214-325-4194. My email address is Traci, Traci, at totallyorganizedlife.com. And the website is totallyorganizedlife.com. So
we love you, Traci. I would just so highly recommend y'all
keeping us organized.
Yes.
Thank you. I love you guys too.
So Kelly's going to share quickly our mortgage minute for the day, since we always have a mortgage minute before we wrap up.
Okay, so I want to encourage anyone who is looking to refinance. My phone's been ringing off the hook lately on refinances, so I want to share with you information. Cash out refinances right now. Many of you are questions about cash out refinances, and is right now a good time to look at taking cash out of your home if you have equity, and the answer to that is yes. So give me a call if you have any questions, if you want to see, if you have questions about it or what that looks like for you, please reach out and give me a call. Pre-qualification is simple. It takes 3 to 5 minutes for you to fill out the information, and we can get that ball going. So my contact information, you can call me at 469-396-7680, or you can email me at Kelly, and that's Kelly .Howard, HOWARD, at supremelending.com. I'd love to hear from you. And again, right now is a great time to look at refinancing if you have questions about that.
So with that, I think we're going to wrap up. So friends, we hope that you are all staying healthy and safe and happy. And hopefully you'll call Traci to stay organized. But we do hope you're all doing well. This has been some challenging couple of weeks, challenging times for everyone. And we, do very much hope that you and your family are doing well. If there's anything that we can do to help you, please feel free to reach out to us. We are here to help you in any way. And stay safe and healthy. And we look forward to visiting with you next week. Yes. Have a wonderful week, everyone. Be safe. Bye. Thank you, Traci.
Thank you, Traci.
Thank you, guys.